Good morning, Jan Paul Schutten. It's really
Morning.
nice to meet you. I have read a lot of two of your work, and your career is quite interesting. I would like to start this interview asking you the same question actually that I make to Dorte, because you're also a journalist. How do you make the change from journalism to writing?
Well, I started as in advertising. So, and in advertising, the thing you have to do is to create copy that everyone likes to read. So when you're selling cars or houses or whatever, the copy has to be perfect. It has to be very easy to read. And it's the same tactics, the same techniques I use in the books I write. You have to be encouraged to read, to advance reading.
Jan, but you didn't choose a easy audience, easy readers. You choose kids, and also you choose to write about really hard subjects, which is science.
Yeah.
How do you make it the science so easy to explain it to kids?
Well, if I can understand it, then kids can understand it. So I take difficult subjects like evolution or the Big Bang, and then I study for 2 years on the subject, and then I start writing about it, because then after 2 years I really know it. And the hardest part is not to make it understandable for children. The hardest part is to make it fun for children, because there's not a single child in the world that runs to a bookstore and says, I want to read about evolution. So it has to be funny, it has to be inspiring, it has to be encouraging to read further.
One of the things that we can see in your book is the passion for science.
Yeah.
You contagiate it, you pass it to the kids.
Yeah.
Where this passion for science come from you? Where do you have it?
Well, I think children have the same passion. They want to know everything, and they want to know. You know, the children that say, why is this, why is that, how is, and at a certain age it passes. But I always kept my, how do you say it, I always wanted to keep knowing those things. Basically I'm still a child. And I still want to know everything. Where did the universe come from? How did life on Earth evolve? When 4.5 billion years ago, there was no life at all. How did life came to be? From dead, lifeless rocks. Then life starts? How is that possible? I want to know. And children want to know. So we have the same passion.
And in this book, I don't know if it was your decision, but the book is writing in 4 inks, 4 colors of ink.
Yeah.
And I do believe that you write it in 4 inks to call the attention of the kids. But I don't know if it was your decision. It's also part of your writing decisions, or it was the edition?
It was the illustrator who chose the colors, and she wanted to make it a book that stands out of the other books that have the 4 cyanide, magenta, the standard colors. So she wanted to have, except for black, 3 completely new colors, and that's why she.
I believe in the book you make a team with the illustration.
Yeah.
It can be make this book without the work of you two. The illustrator is in one part.
She's just as important as the writer.
Did you talk a lot with her?
No, because when the book was finished, we found her. It was her first book, And with the first book, she won the major illustration award in the Netherlands.
Yes.
She won some other awards. She won, it got translated into 12 languages. It sold 100,000 copies.
Yes.
So this is with her first book.
Yes. What is next for you? In one of the books you talk about the Big Bang.
Yeah.
In other one you talk about DNA, which is a really complex subject. What is next is what I asked when I read your book. You talk about really hard subjects.
Yeah, it's there's already a successor for this book. It's about the human body, and 2 days ago I learned that the same Spanish publisher will translate it as well, so that will be in Spanish as well. And yesterday I finished third book, and that's about how did the Big Bang start? Why is there something rather than nothing? Why is there a universe? What's the purpose of us here? So
Seems that when you write these books, you learn with the kids. And that must be fun.
I start with nothing, just like the kids, and then after 3 years of studying, I know the answers. Or I know there are no answers yet. But I know a whole lot more.
Well, Jan, it's really a good pleasure to talk with you. It's a really nice book.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.